All right, thank you very much. Well, as you can see up on the screen, the presentation today is going to be about digital giving made easy. And I just want to begin by saying that we pastors, we really do not enjoy talking about money. In fact, just this week as I was preparing for this presentation, I happened to come across a podcast that two pastors do. And on their podcast this week, the topic was why pastors don't talk about giving. And it's because, well, it's very awkward for us to talk about money. I am not your accountant. I am your pastor. I'm here to help you strengthen your relationship with God. But the other reason is because this is out of our wheelhouse. You know, in seminary, we do not take any business classes. I've never taken a business class in my life. I don't know anything about budgets. The whole financial part of this is not anywhere part of my wheelhouse or my experience or my training. But we have to admit that even though our church is not a profit-making business, we have bills to pay. And I think most of you know, each year, it costs about $350,000 and upwards for us to operate this church, to pay all of our salaries and bills and expenses. And just the past couple of years, we also had some other big expenses. So you'll see up on the screen here, if you've never been to the basement here, it's actually really impressive. Because a couple of years ago, we got brand new heating and air conditioning, which was very expensive. And then, of course, most of you know last year we had to put a new roof on the church. And just those projects in the past couple of years, it cost us more than $500,000, just those projects. So in addition to our $350,000 every year, we also had another more than $500,000 to raise. The good news is that you are all such an incredibly generous congregation. And so really what I want to begin with is just saying thank you. We were able to pay for those projects thanks to your generous giving. You know, we do not get any money from our denomination. Some of you come from churches, other churches, not UCC churches, where the denomination gives money to the local churches. Like, for example, I grew up in the Catholic Church, and the diocese supported our little local church. We don't have that in the UCC. In fact, it's just the opposite. We give money to the UCC, but they don't give money to us. We don't have all the bills that we have, all of our salaries and expenses, it all comes from you. We are a congregational church, which means we rely on you to pay for everything. And so we're very grateful for your continued financial support. I'm starting off with a picture of the church from over 60 years ago. Just the other day, on September 30th, we celebrated the 63rd anniversary of the dedication of the church. And I don't know if you can see there, but there are men and women going into the church, and the men are wearing suits and ties, and the women are wearing high heels and dresses and gloves and hats. Now, we no longer dress like that to come to church. But here's the thing. Oh, there's the old car, too. You see the old car? But here's the thing. We are still doing stewardship and giving the same way we did over 60 years ago. We haven't stepped into the modern age. We're still doing exactly what we did 60 years ago. So although we no longer maybe dress like that, we're still doing this. Every year, you get a letter from us, and it says, how much are you going to give to the church this year? Then we have to ask someone in the congregation to lead the stewardship drive. There's Patrick Steele, who did such a great job last year. But it's always difficult to find someone, because it's As I said, I'm comfortable to talk about giving money. Then we have to pay for postage. Bill Starr just got the bill. We just spent over $1,000 on envelopes and postage for this year's stewardship drive. Everybody gets the letter in the mail, and we have to keep updating you. Every week we have to put something in there. So it says we have a goal of $334,000, and as of November 19th, we've received 29 pledges totaling $82,000. And we have to keep updating you. We do this every year for over 60 years. And when I got here last year, I thought this was madness. Because in my previous church in Michigan for 10 years, we never had a stewardship drive. We never did pledge forms. And so this is being done in many, many churches, but as I said, we're kind of a little behind the curve here. We're still kind of doing things the old-fashioned way. And I've got the person on the phone there looking kind of frustrated, because this is what happens. You fill out the form, you say, I'm going to give the church $3,000 next year. Some people write the check right away, but most people give it drips at a time in the collection plate. Then our office staff has to take that, go into QuickBooks, and say, oh, $5 came in from this person. I'm going to apply it toward their pledge this year. So that's a lot of work on their end. Then most people don't really pay until the end of the year. So they tell us that they're going to give $3,000, but now it's the end of the year. We haven't gotten anything from them. Then we have to make that really embarrassing and awkward phone call of saying, remember, at the beginning of the year, you said you were going to give us, and we haven't gotten anything from you. And it's embarrassing, and it's, again, a lot of work. And we do this every single year. There's got to be an easier way. And there is. And it is called online giving. As I mentioned, many churches use it. My church in Michigan used it. More than 90% of my congregation in Michigan gave online. So we want to introduce it to you today and to show you how simple and easy it is. I'm not sure why people here are reluctant to buy into this, because we've been living in a digital age for such a long time. I mean, most people don't carry cash anymore. They're not writing checks at the grocery store. I mean, everybody just uses their phone. I mean, even if you go and you want to check into a hotel or buy an airline ticket, you need to put it on a credit card. We've been living this way for such a long time. Most of you pay your bills online. So for example, most of you maybe who sign up to Netflix, Netflix doesn't send you a bill every month, and then you have to write a check to Netflix and put a stamp on it and put it in the mail. No, you give Netflix your credit card, and the money just comes out every month. You don't even think about it. It just happens. You get a cab, Uber. There it is, just right on your phone. You don't even have to tip the driver. The tip is on the phone. And at the grocery store, people just tap their phone now. So we've been living this way for such a long time, and most of you do that in your regular life, in your banking life. You pay your bills online. So we want to let you know that you can do that here in the church, and it's a great help to us, but it's also a benefit to you. So you'll see, if you visit your friends' churches, you'll see that many churches have this on the back welcome table of the church. It is an iPad where you can tap your phone. Other churches have on the pews that little blue circle. You can tap your phone on that circle, and you can give right from sitting in your pew, just right on your phone. A friend recently went to a cathedral in the UK and said right at the back, when you walked into the cathedral, there it was. You just tap your phone and you give. There's another one in the UK, you can see the pounds. So it says, how much would you like to give? 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 50 pounds. Again, you just hit the button. It's that easy breezy.
I don't bring my food over.
And so here's a church here in the U.S. When you go to their church, they're called Calvary Church. When you go to their church, in the pew is a little card with a QR code. And when you're in the pew, you just hold up your phone to that QR code, and it takes you to a site where it says, how much would you like to give? And so you say, well, you know, I'm making a pledge. I want to give $3,000 a year to the church next year, so I'm going to give $250, and I'm going to give it monthly. And you do it, and you're done. You don't have to ever think about it again. It just automatically comes out. And it helps us, because you see, what happens to us is, in the middle of the year, we typically don't have money coming in. People give their pledge either at the beginning when they first sign up or at the end of the year. When we get to the summer, it's scary. We don't have money coming in to pay our bills. But if we know, oh, there's $250 coming out from this person every month, it can help us better plan. So wouldn't it be really, really wonderful if we had something like that? Well, guess what? We do. But only a handful of you do it. I'm not really sure why. In your pew is this card. Maybe you never paid attention to it, but there's a card in your pews. It's been there for a long time that you can just scan your phone and it'll take you right to that page. It looks very much like that. And also, every Sunday in your bulletin is that QR code. If you ever notice on every Sunday what that thing is, that's what it is. Hold your phone up to it, and it'll take you to that. But again, only a handful of you use it. And so today we want to show you how easy it is, and we want to encourage you to give that way. Now, of course, we're not demanding anybody give that way if you're not comfortable. Many of you like doing it the way you've been doing it, and we're grateful to receive it any way we can get it, okay? But this is an easy way to do it, and then you control it. So you can stop it at any time. You can decrease it if you're not having a good year and you want to give less. Or maybe you want to give more. Maybe you're having a great year. You can increase it. You control it. And then also, you have a list of all of your giving that you can then print out and show it to your accountant at tax time to show all of your giving. So we don't have to, again, have our office workers and staff be inputting everything. We can do it this way. Okay. And so now I'm going to turn everything over to Trevor Stanco. Trevor is a member of our church who serves on our Board of Household Concerns. And Trevor's going to walk us through how easy all of this is. Trevor's here with his son, Gray. Hi, Gray. Hi, thanks for being here.
All right, we're going to keep this brief because he has an attention span that is limited, and I'm not as good of a public speaker as Sal. So, as I'm on the board, and last year we discussed online giving. It's super important for the consistency of this church. It's super easy. If everybody would pull out their phone, you can scan this, and you can start your online giving. And I'm going to... So here we go. So here's the church's website. Has everybody been to the church's website? It's awesome looking. You'll see on that far side it says make a gift. It's super easy. So it's super easy. You press make a gift here, and we have a few different options that we have on the platform. Let's not touch that. All right, so you have pledge fulfillment. So for your annual giving, the flower fund if you want to donate towards that, the memorial garden. And then below this, we have even one-time giving. So we're going to press contribute here. And it's as easy as selecting the dollar figure and when you want it to be done. And you press add to basket. So if you want to give at certain times of the year to the flower fund and the memorial and the pledge, you can do it all at one time. It's very simple and easy for everybody to do, and you press continue to payment. You'll also note that up top it says log in. You can create your own login, and so that you'll have an account, your payments will be saved there, and if you want to delay at some point, give more, you can always just log in and it will automatically transfer. Let's not press that. So it's a super easy way. Does anybody have any questions on online giving? I know I'm the young guy with technology, and it's a change for a lot of people. It's not meant to be a challenge or you're required to do it, but it just provides that consistency for the church and giving on a regular basis.
How do tax receipts?
Inside the logon, you should see a full list, but as soon as you donate, you'll also get the email. Yep. So you should be able to use that for your taxes. That's always suffice for me. Does anybody have questions?
Question? Yes, Steve.
You're still going to send the letter confirming.
Yeah, we'll
Why can't you guys email that letter instead of wasting all the money on postage?
We can, yeah.
Or maybe people could opt in,
Yeah.
email or opt in.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. People who say, you don't have to send it to me in the mail, just send me an email. Yeah.
And the other major thing that we hear is that, we have the offering plate on a weekly basis. It's not meant to replace, you can replace the offering plate, but you can also just say that, you have sufficed your giving through online giving by showing the card. And you can put it into the offering. I have it in my pocket somewhere. You can put the offering, this into it, saying that you've given online so that you feel like you've contributed, because sometimes you want to show that you've actually given. Yes.
You also can get points for this.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I like that.
You can get your airline points, hotel points, whatever matters to you guys. It's just a good offering for the church and then also for yourselves.
Now,
Yes.
could you possibly leave those cards up by the choir? Because I've never seen them.
Sure, I didn't think about that. They're not over in the choir area.
No.
Yeah.
Hi, when you go there first time, do you need to sign up with a username and password? Or
No.
you have a guest mode?
You can this is the guest portal, so you don't need to do anything. Yeah. So it can just be a one-time at whim donation. Any other questions? We appreciate your time sitting down. This is not the typical fellowship besides the fantastic breads, but thank you guys so much for joining.
And our office manager, Chris Jenkins, is not here today, but she said that she is willing to help anybody who wants to do this, but is maybe a little bit intimidated, to come and meet with her at the church office. You can bring your phone and she'll show you how to do it, get you all, signed up and answer your questions. So if this is something that's intimidating, but you'd like to try it, Chris will walk you through all of it. But thank you, Trevor. Thank you to all of you. And now let's enjoy some more bread. Thank you.